Welcome to the Sat Village podcast. I'm Tristan Chater, co-founder of Sat Village, and your host for this 15-part series where we explore the vision and values behind our eco-community nestled in the Sintra region of Portugal. Sat Village is a small eco-village in the making, with 18 homes and a community centre, a sanctuary between forest, farmland and sea, close to Lisbon and even closer to surf hotspot Ericeira. Here, we create a lifestyle connected with nature, community, and self. If you're dreaming of a slower life, growing your own food, joining a conscious community with like minded souls in Portugal, this podcast is for you. And just a quick reminder, homes in Sat Village will be available for pre-sale in late 2025 or early 2026. So if you like the idea of living in Sat Village, join our mailing list to stay in the loop. You'll find everything you need at satvillage.com. Today's episode is one that can spark strong opinions, as we are talking about pets and livestock. Whether you're a devoted dog lover, a lifelong cat person, or someone who's always dreamed of keeping chickens or goats, this one's for you. Let's be honest, pets can be a bit of a hot topic when it comes to shared living. Dog owners might be deeply offended if you suggest that their loyal companion isn't welcome. And on the flip side, non-pet owners may feel just as strongly, especially if they've experienced noisy barking at night or had their garden upturned by a neighbor's dog. And in a way, both sides are right, which makes it hard to take a stance. So how do we move forward in a way that keeps the peace? That's what we're talking about today. Our overall approach is to keep an open mind and keep Sat Village open to pet owners as well as people without pets. Of course, the basis of any neighborly relationship is that we keep communications open and respectful, but it is also important to have a clear set of rules to fall back on in case of disagreement. Now, I will admit right away that I'm a cat person. For me, having cats around just feels like home. I want my kids to grow up caring for animals, feeling their presence, learning about their needs, and learning about the responsibilities of caring for life. I honestly can't see my life without cats around, so I guess that makes me biased on the subject. Generally speaking, cats will not really disturb anybody as they don't make a lot of noise. I've heard people complaining about the neighbors' cats doing their business in the backyard, but seeing as Sat Village is on the edge of a natural park, I would expect that there is plenty of space elsewhere. Hopefully, that won't be a problem. So yes, cats are welcome. We do ask that owners take responsibility, health checks, sterilization, and basic care, but that seems like common sense. Now, as for dogs, this is where things get a little more nuanced. If you've spent time in Portugal, you might already know that dogs can be a bit of a problem in some areas. Guard dogs are often left outside at night, and they bark a lot, and sometimes they wander off on their own midnight adventures, setting off other dog alarms all over the neighborhood. That doesn't really match the energy we're creating at Sat Village. But here's the thing. I don't believe banning dogs is the answer. I've met incredible people, kind, thoughtful, deeply aware, who also happen to be dog owners. And I've met dogs who are so well behaved and sweet that it would be a crime to not let them be part of the community. So instead of saying no, we're starting with some conscious, simple guidelines to help ensure that dogs, their humans, and their neighbors all feel respected. These guidelines aren't meant to be restrictive. They're meant to provide a starting point, a way to live together peacefully and preserve the calm of the valley we all love. Here's what we've come up with so far. 1. Dogs sleep indoors at night. No outdoor barking, no wandering through the dark. It may seem a bit intrusive, but it would not be fair on the neighbors if your dog is creating havoc outside at night, and this is a way to limit any disturbances and protect the peace and quiet. 2. Don't leave dogs alone for long periods. If you need to go out, arrange for a neighbor to check in or supervise. Otherwise, take your dog with you. It should be clear that your choice to own a dog may never become somebody else's unwanted responsibility or problem. 3. To keep your dog from walking all over the place, a picket fence around your property will be required. We don't encourage all homes to be boxed in by fences, but it could get a bit chaotic if all dogs are free to roam the neighborhood. The fences will be limited to 1.2 meters high, and later on in the process we will decide on a fixed design. This promotes openness and allows for visual connection between gardens. If your dog can jump the fence, then use a leash when outside. 4. Training will be required for dogs that cause regular disturbance. Owners of disruptive dogs will be required to seek professional training at their own expense until the situation improves. Yes, that sounds kind of strict, but it's a starting point. We expect that many things will naturally resolve themselves through good communication and neighborly support. But in an extreme situation, we need to be clear that keeping the overall peace in the community is more important, and we don't have to suffer sleepless nights because of the bad behavior of one dog. These rules may evolve. Some may disappear, others will be added over time as we grow and learn together. Now let's talk about a bigger dream: livestock and agriculture. As I said earlier, I'd love my kids to grow up learning responsibility through caring for animals. It's such a gift. Animals teach love, patience, compassion, and discipline in the most natural way. On a personal level, I'd really appreciate having fresh eggs or milk from animals that we care for ourselves. But space inside the village is limited. We simply can't support goats, sheep, or even chickens within the residential area. That said, there is a beautiful opportunity just beyond the village borders. Just outside Sat Village are various farmlands, and while they are not buildable, they can be used for agricultural activity. Our dream is this: to gather together with other residents and collectively acquire that land, so that each family who's interested in livestock, gardening, or farming could have their own reasonable-sized plot right outside the main village. Just 5 minutes walk from the community center, you'll find fields with old wells, fertile soil, and even the potential to create rainwater catchment ponds. These lands could become chicken coops and goat sheds, communal orchards, food forests, beehives, and any other dream that supports a regenerative lifestyle. If that idea excites you, let us know. We're already keeping a list of people interested in working this land together, and we'd love to put you on it. And just beyond those agricultural fields, you'll find a beautiful natural reserve. Sat Village is perched high in the valley, overlooking dense forest and a winding river. From the edge of the village, there are walkways that lead you down through the trees, all the way to the river down below. It's stunning, peaceful, and protected. One of the beautiful things about this natural reserve is that no further development is allowed apart from the Sat Village projects. That means we're not just preserving our inner landscape, but also ensuring that the landscape around us stays wild and green. So what's the takeaway? Animals are welcome at Sat Village, but in the same way that we are looking for the right kind of people, we also want the animals to fit into that picture and strengthen the peaceful nature of Sat Village. If you're someone who loves animals, if you dream of keeping chickens and searching for eggs with your kids, or taking your dog for a quiet walk through the forest trails, or even planting your own food just outside your front door, then maybe Sat Village is the place you've been looking for. If you're curious about joining our community, visit satvillage.com, where you can read the full blog post on this topic, sign up for email updates, or even better, book a video call and get to know us personally. We'd love to get to know you and hear more about your vision of village life. And remember, homes will be available for pre-sale in late 2025 or early 2026. So if you're interested, make sure you're on the list. Thank you so much for spending your time with us on the Sat Village podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, like, and share it with someone who might be on a similar path. Every listen helps us gather a community of aligned and wonderful future neighbors. We've got more stories coming soon, so stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.
Sat Village, where the roots run deep. We wake with the earth and her soul we keep. Harmony grows where the rivers meet. Sat Village, where the truth feels sweet. We sow and reap the stories of life and the seeds we keep. Laughter echoes through the open air, a circle of love, we're always there. Integrity shadow, we see her face. The earth our guide through time and space. Her song is ours, her gentle embrace. Moonrise whispers, stars take their place. In every shadow, we see her face. The earth our guide through time and space. Her song is ours, her gentle embrace.